Hey everyone, it's Marco here and back once again from mycolorscreen, bringing you the latest and greatest Android home screen tutorials. Today's video tutorial is on a screen of the day by John Nutter titled Softly. And this simple single screen wallpaper has everything that you could want on one screen. It's got your weather information, your battery information, your application shortcuts, your Gmail message notifications, everything that you could possibly want, and most of all, it's very easy to set up. So let us begin with today's video tutorial. Boom! Alrighty, starting from a blank wallpaper or your stock launcher. If you're using Nova Launcher, you're going to have to change that grid size settings to a 7:8, but because depending on what phone you are using, you might have to change that to a higher number as well. So if you're using SS Launcher, you don't have to worry about the grid size because, well, there isn't a grid. So you just want to get rid of any widgets that are on the screen just by holding down on them and dragging them into the bin above. And once you have done that, you can either go into your menu or just simply push the back button if you're using a Nexus 4. And this will bring you into your options menu that comes with your theme, your preferences, and it shows you all your current pages that you have set up. So you first want to go into theme, you want to go into your labels, and you want to scroll down here and you want to select hide label and then apply changes. What this does is hide the top labels here so it doesn't say applications, homepage or whatever. It just makes it a lot neater. Next, you want to get back into your SS Launcher menu and you want to go into preferences. From here, you just want to select the full screen option here. That'll just hide the status bar at the top, which just makes it look a lot neater and allows for more room for the UCCW skins. If you're in your Nova settings, you want to go into your look and feel and you want to scroll to the bottom and say deselect notification bar. These settings are quite simple, that's why I'm able to do both, as that's pretty much it to set up both launchers depending on which one you're going to be using. Great, so you've got your launcher settings set up. Next you're going to be moving on to the wallpaper. Great, so for your wallpaper, you're just going to be holding down, depending on what launcher you are, you're just going to be selecting your wallpaper and then going into your gallery. Now this is going to be very easy to do if you're using, if the UCCW skins fit for your phone. It actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what wallpaper you're using at all. But for example, you're using, say for my Nexus 4, I want to go for a black wallpaper or any wallpaper that has black in it. So I found these action buttons over here and I'm just cropping out all of it. So I just got that little black part over there and I'm going to be selecting OK, and that's going to set the wallpaper for me. Great, so you've got your launcher settings set up, you've got your wallpaper set up. Now for the final part, that UCCW, that badass app that you're always going to be wanting to have in your customization arsenal. Great, so if you're using Nova Launcher, you want to hold down on the home screen, you want to select widgets and then a UCCW, preferably a 5x2 or a 5x1. Doesn't really matter what size it is in Nova Launcher, as you're always going to be resizing it. But seeing as I'm using SS Launcher, things are going to be a bit different here. We're going to be holding down on the home screen. You want to select new widget. I like to go for a UCCW 5x2 as it's quite large. If you're going to be importing them from the first time, these uzips, you're going to be selecting your uzip. And you want to find the folder that you've copied onto your Android phone and then select them from here. They're pretty much self-explanatory, but let's go for the status bar, the one that'll be at the top. You're going to say yes if you've already imported it. You're just going to touch away from the home screen and then select the hand, and there it is right there. You want to hold down on it so it brings up these little hands right here, these handles. And now moving these handles, as you can see, what I'm doing right now is making it get that perfect fit. So even if it's a little bit too much on one side, you want to try and tap the side over here. As you can see, that now turns these into a little sidebar, which will now enable you to, if you move it to one size, it'll either make it bigger or smaller, so you can literally get an exact fit for this UCCW widget. If you like it the way it is, say it fits perfectly at the top there, you just select the back button, boom, set up like that. And that's pretty much it. You want to be replicating that for all the skins that'll be from top to bottom. And in the end, you're going to be getting something very closely resembling this. Don't worry, I'm going to be uploading my Nexus 4 uzips in the description below. So Nexus 4 fans, you're in luck. But for the rest of you, do not worry though. Say for example, the one that I only had to resize and reposition was this weather widget over here, as it was a bit too large. But because you have UCCW, yes, that's right, you can literally resize every single one of these objects that you see before you here. You just need to tap it, brings up the editor, make sure your hotspots mode's on. You can double check that by selecting this little menu here and going lock widgets and make sure that it's off That'll now allow you to edit all of your skins. So you just need to select the background here, and that's pretty much it. We have our UCCW tutorials that will now enable you to see exactly how to edit each one of these shapes, for example. But that's pretty much it. You're going to be selecting a shape. I always go alpha and then change the alpha to see that one became more visible, so that must mean that must be the one that's selected. It's just a little quick tip to see which object has been selected, and then you're going to just put it back to the alpha that it was originally, just so you keep it the way you want it. Once you know what size it is, you want to go position, you can move it around, you can swipe across to your width and your height as well. You want to change how wide or how high you want each widget or object to be. And you know, because it's UCCW, this will enable you to set hotspots. So you just need to select your shape or the select object menu here and select hotspots. And as you can see, hotspot number 2 over here will update my weather. And selecting 1 is eye in the sky, but obviously if you don't have eye in the sky, you just have some other weather widget. You want to select hotspot, select app, and then change your app accordingly. One more thing to take note of is your Gmail. It's going to have something funky here when you import it. That's because you need to set your Gmail account. You want to go select your background and able to bring up your select object menu here. You want to go into Gmail one. You want to slide your controls all the way at the bottom here. And I'm not going to show you, but you select your account, select what email account you have. And then from here, you want to select your label, say for example your inbox, and it should return to how many emails you have in your inbox. So you want to select. So from here, once you've done with all the skins that you've added or repositioned, and you like everything the way you want it, you want to select your menu here, lock widgets on. What this does is turn your hotspots mode on and allows you to not bump anything like this, and it brings up that UCCW menu, as a lot of people get irritated with. Great, your home screen is almost complete. The last thing you want to do is set somewhere that you want to open up your app drawer if you prefer. So if you're using Nova Launcher, you're welcome to use a gesture to say swipe up to show your app drawer, but because this is SS Launcher, it's a little bit trickier. You might want to first just rearrange, say drag this down a bit first, and then hold down here, say new shortcut, make the type. You want to set it to page. You want to select your target to be your applications. You want to go OK. Your style, you just want to make it an icon with no background, and then your icon, you want it to be a blank PNG. Don't worry, one will be provided in the link below. And you want to go apply settings, make sure that it's blank, and then you want to say drag it into the corner there, and then drag this back. Okay, I've now removed it. Sorry about that, but you drag it into the corner there, and there is your application drawer, easy set up like that. And there we have our home screen complete. Thank you very much guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the mycolorscreen YouTube channel, as well as check out our Facebook, Google+, and Twitter communities. This is Marco from mycolorscreen, and don't stop customizing. Boom.